I want you to come with me.
I didn't do anything.
I said I want you to come with me.
Their acting choices may not win them many awards, but to their diehard fans, these actors and actresses are better than any A-list celebrity.
It ate him. Bit off his head. Like a gingerbread man.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 cult actors.
I'm gonna lop his dick off like a chicken head.
For this list, we've selected actors and actresses who may not have necessarily made a name for themselves through A-list movies and projects, but still possess some special traits that have made them stand out over the years. Thanks to their large fan followings, they've attained cult status.
Une nuit, on entend chanter Bowen. Après, toujours raté.
Number 10. Nathan Fillion.
Mel, you don't have to die alone.
Everybody dies alone.
Handsome, likable, and just a little offbeat, Fillion first developed a cult following as star of Joss Whedon's Firefly, a sci-fi series that cast him as captain of the spaceship Serenity.
Is that even remotely possible?
You tell me. You've been studying what they've done to her?
The show was canceled after only one season, but Nathan Fillion, along with Firefly itself, has developed a loyal fan base over the years. He reprised his role as Captain Mal Reynolds in the film Serenity, but it was his musical turn as Captain Hammer in Whedon's online miniseries Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Blog that won him a new legion of fans. Since then, he starred in the award-winning TV series Castle, and lent his voice talent to an ever-growing list of animated programs.
Only now do I see that bionics solve nothing. I am out of work.
Number 9. Vincent Price.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand.
Morbid, creepy, but undeniably debonair and sophisticated, this Yale graduate brought an air of class to his many roles in B-horror movies, inspired by the works of Edgar Allan Poe.
How ugly night comes breathing at his heels, even with the violent darkening of the sun. To close the day up, Hector's life is done.
Frequently playing maniacs hell-bent on revenge, Vincent Price played his roles to the hilt, cackling his way into our imaginations. Price was unafraid to play monstrous characters, and in fact, part of Price's appeal as a villain was the humor he could inject into these sinister roles.
You shouldn't have done that, my dear.
It is Kathy.
His distinctive voice also contributed to his ability to create tension in films. He had an unmistakable, classically trained voice, which was rich, deep, and sometimes had an eerily unsettling quality, as demonstrated in Michael Jackson's Thriller. We may not always root for anti-heroes, but we can't deny that we're captivated by him in almost anything he's done.
Vincent has assembled the rest of the panel, so I'll just let you do the introduction, sir.
All right, Kermit, thank you.
Number 8. Steve Buscemi.
We know he's gonna die.
And I'm very sad about that, but some fellas are lucky and some ain't.
Having acted in many indie films from the late 80s and 90s, Steve Buscemi is also recognized by his appearances in Adam Sandler films.
Stop yelling at me!
Often playing that slimy supporting character you love to hate, Buscemi has played in half a dozen Coen Brothers films so far. Known for his distinctive eyes and look, he usually plays the cowardly loser, but came close to leading man status when he portrayed the romantic interest of sorts for Thora Birch in the film Ghost World.
I think only stupid people have good relationships.
That's the spirit.
Steve Buscemi's trademark accent and intriguing appearance have netted him many supporting roles in Hollywood films over the years, while HBO's Boardwalk Empire earned him mainstream success in the early 21st century.
I'm not angry, Nate. You were only doing your job.
Number 7. Pam Grier.
But you know how some dealing junkies are. They'll put anything into it to stretch another dollar out of it.
Arguably the leading female star of the blaxploitation movement of the 1970s, is one lady you don't want to mess with. Whether she was crusading to keep drugs off the streets of her neighborhood or putting potential sex offenders in their place, Pam Grier fought against the tyranny of the man.
Vigilante justice?
It's as American as apple pie.
More than 20 years later, she experienced a resurgence in her popularity as the title character in Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown. She was a sex symbol, but because of her sheer badass qualities, she also symbolized the growing empowerment of women and African Americans in action movie roles.
I don't care who you are, you have got no right to come up here and scare me after death!
And what role could have fit this description better than Coffee, a nurse by day who hides razor blades in her afro?
It seems like I'm in a dream. And I'm still in this dream, Howard. And it wouldn't take much for me to kill you now.
Number 6. Dennis Hopper.
You brought me down here and sold my wife. And you're gonna answer for it.
Known for playing dangerous, over-the-top villains in movies like Waterworld and Speed, Dennis Hopper began his acting career in his late teens while playing in movies alongside James Dean. He then directed the massive counterculture hit Easy Rider, which did much to emphasize his rebellious image.
Hey, man. All we represent to them, man, is somebody who needs a haircut.
Due to his admitted drug use later in his career, his off-screen persona of wild and unpredictable behavior hurt his chances of getting cast in many movies. However, director David Lynch gave him a second chance by allowing him to play Frank Booth in Blue Velvet, and an all-time great character was born.
I'll send you a love letter. Straight from my heart, f***er.
When he passed away in 2010, Dennis Hopper left us with a slew of characters that were intimidating to watch and strange enough to be unforgettable.
Help me! Help me! Got it! Yeah! Let's get out of here!
Number 5. Robert Englund.
Please, God.
This is God.
You may not recognize this actor's name, but if you're a horror fan, you'll definitely recognize the grotesquely burned face and sharp blade fingers of Freddy Krueger. The fact that he's played the seemingly indestructible villain of the Nightmare on Elm Street series 8 times on the big screen so far earns him this spot alone. But it should be noted that Robert Englund has appeared in more than 75 feature films throughout his 40 years as an actor. That being said, typecasting has never been so effective.
You shouldn't have buried me. I'm not dead.
Having made such an indelible mark on pop culture, Freddy Krueger was named the 40th top villain in the American Film Institute's 100 Heroes and Villains list. And it's all thanks to Englund's excellent work.
I can't come back if nobody remembers me. I can't come back if nobody's afraid.
Number 4. Kurt Russell.
You gonna kill me now, Snake?
I'm too tired. Maybe later.
One of the best actor-director partnerships in the world of cult films, Kurt Russell and John Carpenter had a string of memorable projects together that played out like veritable checklists for badass sci-fi and action films.
You're gonna have to sleep sometime, McCready.
I'm a real light sleeper, child.
Meanwhile, early 21st century appearances in the Fast and the Furious franchise and Quentin Tarantino films keep Kurt Russell in the public eye.
Well, you like writing stories so much. Why don't you tell me the story that brings you here?
While he has occasionally exercised his dramatic chops, for example when acting alongside Meryl Streep, he really nails the whole overconfident, wisecracking hero of B-movies. This all-American good guy is definitely somebody we want on our side when things go south.
It would have been a while before you started getting scared. Since you're going the other way, I'm afraid you're gonna have to start getting scared immediately.
Number 3. Christopher Lee.
Do sit down, Sergeant. Shocks are so much better absorbed with the knees bent.
For over 65 years, he played in some of the most famous horror and sci-fi classics. His resume includes The Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein, a Bond villain, and appearances in the Star Wars prequels and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, meaning he was truly the elder statesman of cult movies.
Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory.
Christopher Lee began his career making horror films in the UK, often appearing next to Peter Cushing, a cult actor in his own right. Tall, dark, and commanding, Lee played the villain to Cushing's hero in several films. In fact, he played the villain so well, Lee almost exclusively portrayed bad guys throughout his entire career.
6 bullets to your 1.
I only need one.
Number 2. Tim Curry.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you, you little brat! I'll kill you!
He's managed to play a wide array of different characters and made each of them his own. Whether he portrays a sweet transvestite from another world or a truly evil demon in clown form, Tim Curry always entertains and leaves his unmistakable mark on a demanding role.
You all seem to be very anxious about something.
It's a chandelier. It fell down, almost killed us. Would you like to come this way, please, sir?
The English actor has made a career in Hollywood for over 4 decades, steering clear of leading man roles in favor of strange or unconventional characters. What's also evident in his acting is his wicked sense of humor, which makes it fun to watch him as characters like Pennywise in It, even though he's also scaring the living daylights out of us.
Kiss me, fat boy!
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Estoy contigo.
Jefe. This is the boss.
You'll never get credit for my discovery. Who's going to believe a talking head? Get a job in a sideshow.
Why an intelligent young man like yourself should make such a foolish, fatal mistake.
Second date. No tongue.
Andy, no, please. We're friends to the end, remember?
This is the end, friend.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you.
Where do you work?
I'm freelancing.
Why don't you get a job as a waitress?
I am not a waitress.
All right, then. Why don't you try to get a job at a cleaning shop?
Do you realize how broke I am? What do you want me to do, huh? I don't have a job. I'm a loser. Shoot me.
Number 1. Bruce Campbell.
Hail to the king, baby.
If chins could kill, we'd be stone cold dead right now. There are some actors who can command an army of fans with a mere raised eyebrow, and this man is one of them.
Get older, can't even cuss someone and have it bother him. Everything you do is either worthless or sadly amusing.
Most famous for his appearances in the Evil Dead series, he has thrilled a legion of horror movie fans by dispatching demons using badass methods, and topping off the bloodshed with an ironic quip.
Groovy.
He's embodied characters in fantasy worlds on TV as well, and made many appearances as the comical thief Autolycus on Hercules: The Legendary Journeys and its spin-off, Xena Warrior Princess.
It all starts with a tune rolling around in your head. Next thing you know, you're humming at work, ain't you?
Bruce Campbell always knows how to poke fun at himself, which endears him to his fans even more. Hail to the king, indeed.
Next time you unleash an ancient demon, call that Buffy chick.
Do you agree with our list?
Your shift is over.
Which cult actors are your favorite?
Even for the humor of it, do not wear red.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
What are your orders, Piter?
Take them to the desert, as the traitor suggested.